Hey everyone, Easton's Game Facts here. Today we're going to be taking a look at Batman Arkham Asylum. Why? Because it's one of my favorite games of all time. That's why. Hey everyone, Easton's Game Facts here. Today we're going to be taking a look at, well, I don't know. I guess I'll find a game on my shelf, I guess. Batman Arkham City? Well, I guess I'm talking about Batman again. Batman Arkham City Harley Quinn's Revenge, the only DLC expansion to Batman Arkham City, not counting the Catwoman DLC. Hey everyone, Easton's Game Facts here. What do you know? It's Christmas Eve, so to celebrate, let's find a good holiday. Hey everyone, Easton's Game Facts here, and I feel like we have some unfinished business. Hey, Ethan here, and in this episode we'll be taking a relook at Batman Arkham Asylum, looking at Batman Arkham City, Batman Arkham Origins, Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate.
This is how it happened. This is how the Batman died.
Hey, Ethan here, and happy Halloween! And in this episode we'll be looking at Batman Arkham Knight, primarily for PlayStation 4. It's set on Halloween and is the finale to the Batman Arkham Trilogy from Rocksteady. I would also like to mention that it is episode 50, and now it's time for some brief development history. Batman Arkham Knight was developed by Rocksteady Studios, the original developer behind the Batman Arkham franchise. It started development in late 2011, shortly after the release of Batman Arkham City in the same year. Rocksteady knew, however, that the finale to the trilogy would take a long time, so Batman Arkham Origins, which was a prequel game developed by WB Games Montreal in 2013, was released to keep the series relevant until the release of Arkham Knight. Rumors of the next Arkham game started spreading when late Batman voice actor Kevin Conroy said that he was working on the next Arkham at Dallas Comic Con 2013. Fans at first believed him to be the voice of Batman in Batman Arkham Origins, which was the only known Arkham game to be in development at that time. Voice actor Roger Craig Smith ended up being the voice of Batman in that game, but Conroy did reprise his role for Arkham Knight.
And well, you've been doing a lot of promotion for this over the course of the years, anyway.
Yeah, there's a new, I can talk about it now. We've been working for about 9 or 10 months on the next Arkham. Yeah! Woo! And yeah, it'd be better if you wanted to come down. We were all, signed these contracts that we weren't allowed to talk about. The studio likes to completely control the rollout of any product, so they don't like any of us to talk about anything. So it's now been announced, and it's an unbelievable game. I still can't say anything about it because I would give it. I go, no, you don't want me to anyway because it would ruin it for you. But it's amazing. It's a huge cast and a big story, and it took almost a year to write and put together. They've been working on it for a long time.
However, in August 2012, veteran Batman writer Paul Dini revealed that he would not be working on the next Arkham game and said that WB handed writing duties over to the members at Rocksteady instead of hiring an outsourced writer. Batman Arkham Knight was revealed in March 2014, 5 months after the release of Batman Arkham Origins, and was scheduled to be released in October 2014. Early on in development, Rocksteady decided to focus on developing the game for PS4, Xbox One, and PC, without feeling restrained to the dated consoles of the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Also early on in development, Rocksteady put a prototype Batmobile in the Arkham City map, but didn't work due to Arkham City's more more narrow design. At E3 2014, Rocksteady showed off the first gameplay of Arkham Knight running on PlayStation 4. This blew me away as a kid, with Batman gliding through tall buildings and riding in the Batmobile. Sometime in 2015, however, it was revealed that the game was set to have a mature rating compared to the teen ratings of the 3 other games, and was scheduled for June 2nd, 2015, later being moved to June 23rd, 2015. In May 2015, a weekly series called Arkham Insider was created by Rocksteady to give updates on the game and other behind-the-scenes material. I remember watching these when they originally came out as a kid. I was 10 years old when Arkham Knight released, but Arkham Insider lasted until December 2015. But after 4 years of development, Batman Arkham Knight was released for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC on June 23, 2015, and was a complete mess on PC, with publications calling it one of the worst PC ports ever made. It was so bad that it was delisted from Steam 24 hours after the game's launch. More on that later. Well, I think it's time that I finally play Arkham Knight. Even though I played it on Xbox One originally, the PlayStation 4 version just looks better and has better performance and has more content compared to the Xbox One version. But let's finally play Batman Arkham Knight's story first. Now, if you want to play the story in order, it actually starts with the Harley Quinn story pack, which takes place right before the events of the main game. It has Harley Quinn infiltrate the Bloodhaven Police Department to break out Poison Ivy, while the Penguin guides Harley through the station, eventually leading her to the basement, where she takes on cops and then Nightwing, and ends up successfully rescuing Poison Ivy. With that out of the way, next is the main story. It's quite long, so it's going to take me a while to talk about it. But let's now finally start Batman Arkham Knight's main story. The story of Batman Arkham Knight takes place 9 months after the events of Batman Arkham City on Halloween. We first see the Joker's body being cremated, and then...
This is how it happened. This is how the Batman died.
What the hell is that supposed to mean? Commissioner Gordon then goes on about how peaceful the city has been since the death of the Joker. We then play as Officer Owens, a police officer of the GCPD, entering a diner called Paul's Diner to grab dinner. Moments later, a man walks over to him and talks about another man smoking in a corner booth. And then...
Excuse me, sir. There's no smoking in here.
This demonstration used just 5 ounces of my latest toxin. Tomorrow, this will seem like child's play. Gotham, this is your only warning.
We'll see about that. Gordon then talks about how the city got evacuated, as we see a cop get shot by Two-Face and the Penguin, which moments later we see our first shot of Batman as he goes to talk to Gordon about the current situation. On arrival, Gordon is talking to Barbara Gordon about her getting out of the city and that they have spotted a military vehicle, with Batman saying,
It's going to be a long night.
As he hands Gordon a device to talk to him and disappears to talk to Oracle and heads towards the suspected location. Upon arrival, Batman discovers a police officer getting beat up by rioters, but is able to rescue him in time before a military vehicle crashes into them. And then...
City's overrun. We don't stand a chance.
Stay here. I'll send someone to pick you up.
What are you doing?
evening the odds.
Well, it's about time we get to drive the Batmobile in the Arkham series.
Batman is then able to make the military vehicle crash, collecting something from the driver and saying,
If you're lying, I'll break the other one.
as he examines a chemical sample to Scarecrow's fear toxin and talks to Oracle about it as he heads to a safe house owned by Scarecrow. Once Batman arrives at the safe house, he discovers Poison Ivy locked up inside a room at gunpoint. Moments later, however, the small room gets filled with fear toxin, causing a military figure to be affected. Batman then talks to Ivy about a big meeting between Scarecrow and the other villains, as she goes to grab Batman from behind, but he is able to escape. Members of an unknown military force arrive with tanks, but Batman calls in the Batmobile to destroy the small squad of unmanned tanks and says,
It's time to go to war.
as he goes around the city taking out other tanks, eventually going back to GCPD to lock up Poison Ivy and to talk to Gordon about the current situation. Batman then heads to the clock tower to talk about Scarecrow with Oracle and to discuss the manufacturer location of the fear toxin, which Oracle tells him that she lied to her dad about her getting out of the city, as Batman then proceeds to head to the Vanessa movie studios to power up an antenna with the help of Lucius Fox by sending him the power winch. After Batman has completed the first antenna, he then proceeds to a second one, housing a hostage and 5 gunmen, which he is able to take out the first 2, but contacts Lucius Fox to send them the new armored batsuit, and as a result is able to rescue the hostage and fix the antenna, which traces the chemical back to Ace Chemicals as Batman proceeds to make his way there.
Any word from inside?
Nothing. We think there's a skeleton crew left in there, but they're not responding and the facility's locked down.
If they're still alive, I'll find them. They should be able to tell us what Scarecrow's up to.
What the hell?
Come on, let's go! Come on, move! 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 Take cover!
Time to die, old man. In death, he has nothing left to fear. Keep him away from Ace Chemicals. Your vengeance will come. This ends tonight.
Friend of yours?
Stay here, and I'll go find out.
After the encounter with the mysterious figure, we learn that the figure's name is...
sources agree on is his name, the Arkham Knight.
The Arkham Knight.
As we see hundreds of soldiers enter Ace, which Batman goes to look for a few Ace Chemical workers until...
Go, go, go! Spread out!
Keep your guns trained on him. If even looks like he's planning to leave that room, open fire. Oh, and avoid the bat symbol. It's a little trick. It's where his armor's the strongest. Aim for the weak spots at the shoulders first, then coordinate fire at the points where the plates meet.
Please!
You say something?
Leave him out of this.
Always defending the weak and the helpless. That's what I like about you. Predictable. And that's why we're gonna win. We know your move before you do. We know how you think!
Do you know what I'm thinking right now?
Of course, you're thinking, who the hell is this guy?
No. I'm just trying to decide which one of you I'm going to take out first.
And just so we're both on the same page here, I fully intend to kill you. But first, We're gonna make you suffer.
Once that encounter with the Arkham Knight is over, Batman goes to look for other members until he has a fight with the Arkham Knight's unmanned helicopter and proceeds inside the building, taking out the Arkham Knight's militia until...
Do you really think you've won? Fear makes you predictable. I am in complete control.
How do I shut it down?
Let me go, or she dies.
What are you talking about?
Barbara Gordon.
Have you found him?
Get out of there, now!
Relax. No one knows I'm here.
Nothing hurts like losing one of the family. Knowing that there is no one to blame but yourself.
Batman then talks to Alfred about reducing the blast radius by putting special neutralizing containers inside that make the blast radius smaller, and then...
Miss me?
What the f?
It then rewinds about 24 hours before the events of the main game during the day as we play as Commissioner Gordon entering the movie studios, discovering a secret base owned by Batman containing quarantine cells for 5 people who are infected with the Joker's blood, just like what happened to Batman during the events of Arkham City. Moments later, Batman shows up from behind and says to Gordon that he is trying to find a cure to the Joker's blood, as Gordon counts 4 people infected, but Batman says...
He'll be here soon.
Bruce. Can you hear me, Bruce? Oh, don't act all surprised, Bats. You knew this was going to happen sooner or later. Me stuck deep inside you. Together, we're going to give this city what it deserves. A new Batman. A better Batman. A darker, more... Well, we can come back to this later.
Batman then gets out of Ace Chemicals just in time and talks to Alfred and asks Batman if he is okay and transfers him to Gordon, but sees the Joker instead, but says to Gordon that they need to talk about something important.
I've got to go. Batman's here. What's wrong?
Jim,
Come on, you're scaring me.
it's Barbara. She's been taken.
No. I spoke to her. She said she got out. She left hours ago.
Stay calm. We'll get her back.
Which one? Who's got my little girl?
Scarecrow. They took her from the clock tower.
All right, we need to go. There could be a clue, something that will lead us to her.
I'll follow. Stay in contact.
You've got to tell him it's your fault at some point, Bats. And the great thing is, I'll be standing right there when you do.
Batman and Gordon then proceed to the clock tower as Batman takes out the Arkham Knight's forces and has a hallucination where Barbara gets shot by the Joker, which is similar to the Killing Joke storyline. And then...
Oh God, no.
This isn't your fault, Jim.
Of course it is. Crane's done this to get to me. I should have been here.
There's something I need to show you.
We haven't got time. She's not like us.
Identity confirmed.
She's strong, Jim. Stronger than you realize.
She works for you? This is all your fault. I will find her. She's my family! My daughter! She's all I've got! I never should have trusted you. Never! I'll do this on my own. Stay away from my family.
Batman then looks at security footage of the Arkham Knight taking Barbara Gordon, which is able to trace the tire tracks of the vehicle, eventually discovering an armored bomb and reaching a second island called Miyagani Island to unlock the bridge, but runs into the Riddler as he has captured Catwoman and has a bomb around her neck. Once Batman is able to unlock the bridge, he discovers the crashed vehicle and that Barbara left him a scramble device to help him pinpoint the Arkham Knight's location, which Batman contacts Lucius Fox to help him at Wayne Tower and traces him to a tunnel in Miyagani Island and asks Batman if he wants an upgrade for the Batmobile, and then
You're not going anywhere.
Like any more than our casualties.
Tri-weave titanium-coated armor plate. Nice.
Like death.
Unless you know exactly where to shoot.
Still, not all of us are so lucky.
You're good, Dark Knight. Even better than I remember. It's gonna make it even more satisfying when I kill you. Oh, and don't worry about Barbara. I'll take better care of her than you ever did. Batman's in the control room. Show him what happens when he messes with minds.
after that, Batman traces a vehicle believed to be the Arkham Knight inside, but discovers that it is a soldier with a voice modifier and interrogates him using the pressure of the Batmobile and reveals about a place called North Refrigeration owned by the Penguin to distribute weapons, which he then talks to Alfred about it and goes to Grand Avenue to collect the Batmobile upgrade. Once he gets the upgrade, Alfred tells him that Nightwing has been looking into North Refrigeration for a long time and proceeds to meet up with him.
Still lurking around on rooftops.
You shouldn't have come here. Not tonight.
Look, are you kidding me? When I heard about Barb...
North Refrigeration. Tell me what you know.
Penguin's using freezer trucks to smuggle weapons out of Bloodhaven. Now, I think he's stockpiling arms right here in Gotham. The question is where.
Cobblepot's the best lead we have on Barbara. I need to find that weapons cache. If I can intercept one of his trucks, it'll lead me right to him.
Huh. If only you knew someone who's been tracking their movements. What? You didn't really think I'd come here without a plan, did you?
I'll handle this. You're needed back in Bloodhaven.
Come on, Bruce. Look, let me help. You can't do it all on your own.
It's too dangerous. I won't risk losing anyone else. Bloodhaven needs you.
All right. I can take a hint. But if you want to keep tabs on that truck, you're gonna need this. It's a prototype straight out of R&D. The old fox has outdone himself this time. I'll see you around, Bruce.
Batman then tracks a van using the version of the Disruptor that kinda looks like a gun, eventually leading him back to the Penguin where he interrogates him about the Arkham Knight and Barbara Gordon's location, which Penguin says that they're going to see someone named Simon Stagg on an airship. Moments later, however, Batman is rescued by Nightwing as the two then proceed to blow up one of Penguin's gun caches, and talks to Alfred to find out more information on Simon Stagg as he heads towards the airships. While Batman is on his way towards Stagg's airships, he shuts down a militia watchtower and collects the remote hacking device, and eventually finds Stagg being beat up by the militia, and then...
Thank you. They were going to kill me.
Why? What did you do?
Nothing. These animals came in and just started shooting.
They were collecting those cylinders.
Nimbus generators. A totally clean power cell technology we've been developing.
Where's Scarecrow?
He's on the second airship.
Did he have anyone with him?
Oh, you mean Barbara Gordon?
I think we both know she's probably dead, don't we, Bats?
Huh?
Target is secured. We're bringing him to Arc 2. Over.
Batman! No!
Quiet! Wave goodbye. That's the last time you'll see him.
Phew. Glad that's over.
Batman then finds a computer to help him gain access to the airship's weapons, but is locked out because of Stag's handprint, which Batman is able to reconstruct it. While on the second airship, Batman finds out about a project called the Cloudburst, which was an experiment between Scarecrow and Simon Stagg. In the next room, however, Simon Stagg is in a prison cell as Batman tries to talk to him about the Cloudburst, but gets gassed by fear toxin. And then...
Okay, this is it. The moment we've both been waiting for. Scarecrow's just down there. So are you gonna stop him and save Oracle? Or am I going to get another hit of that delicious gas while you watch helpless as she dies? How do we decide? Roll up, roll up. It's the pick the real Bad luck, Bats!
You're not dying. It just feels like you are. My toxin is filling your lungs, drowning you in your greatest fears. What can you see? A city engulfed in fear. Betrayed by those you trust the most. Your darkest secrets revealed. As I tear your mind apart, Gotham will watch. I will cut that mask from your face, and the whole world will see the fear in your eyes. Then they too will understand. There is no savior, no more hope, no more Batman.
Maybe it's already happened.
What?
Look at me! I'm amazing! And this body! I can't believe how strong it is!
Did he just become Joker?
Come on, finish him! Finish him! Look at him. He's no better than the creep who killed your parents. You need to do something. You need to stop him. Good. Good.
Something's changed. You're different.
I prefer to call it a work in progress, but it does show potential.
You're trapped. There's nowhere to run.
Who said anything about running?
Alfred then talks to Batman about a broadcast from Scarecrow, which tells Batman to go to the safe house from the beginning of the game. Once he arrives, he sees Oracle shoot herself with a gun on the table, which causes Batman to have a small breakdown, believing her to be dead, as he decides to go back to GCPD to find Poison Ivy to help him take on the Cloudburst, but encounters a new kind of tank called Cobra. more on that later, and collects another Batmobile upgrade. Once Batman and Poison Ivy then arrive at the Botanical Gardens on Miyagani Island, they discover an old tree that has been there for a very long time that would be able to deal with Scarecrow's toxin. Batman then asks if he could find the plant roots, which he contacts Lucius to help him make a way to find old plant roots, but is ambushed by tanks. Batman is then able to wake up the plant, which triggers the Arkham Knight's Melissa to shoot it down. After that, however, Batman talks to Alfred about the malicious operation on Founders Island and tells him to prepare information at the movie studios. Once Batman arrives, he finds Robin doing tests on one of the infected Joker patients and finds out that Founders Island is protected by 2 radar towers and a missile launcher. Robin then asks about Barbara, but Batman says that she's fine and then leaves. Batman then makes his way onto Founders Island by taking out the radar towers and disabling the missile launcher shields. And then...
Rooftops clear. Target's in the control room. Moving into secure.
Hold off, Lieutenant. He's mine.
You got me. Okay, I give up.
Where'd he go?
Raise the defense shields. Keep all access points covered.
Oh, seriously? He heard you boys coming from a mile away. Those pointy ears aren't just for show, you know.
Sir, the launcher is secure. As long as we control the skies, he'll never find it.
Good. Are we still on schedule?
We're entering the final phase.
Your patience will be rewarded soon.
Who are you?
Not yet, Dark Knight.
After the Arkham Knight disappears again, Batman contacts Alfred and tells him that he's bringing in the Batwing to search for the Cloudburst and to upload the information to the clock tower. Once Batman arrives, he gets a distress call from Henry Adams, one of the Joker patients, which by the looks of it isn't affected by the Joker's blood. Seconds later, however, Harley Quinn appears and releases the infected Jokers as Batman then proceeds to the movie studios and then...
Ah, memories. You, me, and a ward full of psychotic killers. You've never felt so at home, have you? Oh, come on. You think you're different because you never killed anyone? Newsflash! You killed me. I was there, remember? You destroyed my cure right in front of me. Watch me choke on my last laugh. And then, after killing me, you said you would have shared. You couldn't admit I'd won, could you? Not even as a parting gift. But now I'm on the inside. Ooh, we both know the truth. Yes, you've killed before. And tonight, I'll make you do it again.
He didn't kill you. You killed yourself.
After Batman and Robin have taken out Harley's goons, they interrogate one of them and find out that all of the other infected Jokers moved to other stages within the movie studios, with them first taking out Christina Bell. And then...
This Robin seems like a real improvement on that last one, Bats. Remember Jason Todd? Oh, what a whiner. Always complaining. We're both better off without that loser.
Jason Todd? They never mentioned him in this universe.
Hello? Is someone there?
Jason, I thought you were dead.
Batman? Is that you?
Batman's not coming to save you, Jason.
He'll come.
It's been 6 months now, Jason. I think it's time to face facts.
Screw you.
That's the spirit. You're a real chip off the old bat block. Not that it'll do you any good.
Why won't you just kill me?
What? Oh, no. I'm not going to kill you. Not yet, anyway. You're my sidekick now. Imagine it. You and me, out on the streets, starting fights, picking on the weak. A regular dynamic duo. Just like Bats and that new kid of his.
No, you wouldn't.
You think? So, this isn't Batman, then? Weird. The pointy ears are usually a dead giveaway.
No.
I didn't want to show you that photo. Really, I didn't. But, well, it was the only way for you to get closure. Now, I know it hurts, but sometimes you gotta be cruel to be kind.
Okay, that wasn't weird at all.
Batman and Robin then take down Alfred King next, which is actually quite easy. After that, however, Batman contacts Alfred to prepare another upgrade for the Batmobile as he goes to take down Johnny Charisma. And then...
What do we have here, then? Wakey. What's wrong? You think I'm going to hurt you? Why? I'm not the bad one here. Oh, no. It's Batman. He's abandoned you, thrown you away like an unwanted puppy. Can I have him, Daddy? Oh, please. I'll take real good care of him. Anything to make you happy, Princess. Just make sure people know he's yours. We don't want him to end up back here, do we? No, we don't, Daddy. I want to keep him forever.
No, please, no. Everything okay? You look spooked.
I'm fine, Jason. Tim.
You haven't done that for a while.
So that's possibly one of the reasons why this game is rated M.
Batman and Robin then proceed to take down Johnny Charisma, which at first the door is locked, preventing them from getting inside. As a result, Batman contacts Henry Adams to give him the security footage from the last 10 minutes. If you can't find the code, Batman will smash the security panel instead. Once Batman gets in, he approaches Johnny Charisma, which is wearing a bomb vest. It then has the player play as Robin, disabling 5 bombs around the room, while Batman sees the Joker singing a song instead, which is really fun, but they're able to take him out. After Batman and Robin take down Johnny Charisma, they run into Harley Quinn, which holds Robin at gunpoint, but the two are able to take her down. But then...
Put me down, bad freak!
Robin, prep the cell.
No!
Don't move, Robin. You killed them, didn't you, Henry?
Oh, Bats! You're so easy. Desperate to see the good in people. Especially when they're bad. Honey! I'm home!
Activating jailbreak protocol.
Oh! I guess we now know who reprogrammed your security. Now, if you would be so kind, go join your friend over there.
Go to hell.
Now. Nice move, Henry. Your turn, Bats.
Evolution's a funny thing. No matter how many obstacles get in its way, the strongest always survives. Still, you know what they say about evolution? Even amoebas can do it.
What are you doing?
Purifying the gene pool.
Even I don't know which side to root for now.
Goodbye. It's been educational.
I changed my mind. Kill, kill, kill him!
Now that's unexpected. You're gonna be spectacular.
Rise. You're the last Joker. That other cell's for you.
I need to stop Scarecrow. When I'm done, I'm locking myself away.
What if you fail? You'll be too dangerous. I won't be able to stop you.
Oh, no, no, no. You are not going to do this.
Now, when I was a kid, this really freaked me out back then.
Batman then goes into the quarantine cell and takes off his cowl, as Robin goes to take on the Arkham Knight instead, but Joker releases Batman from the cell, and then...
Hey! I never finished my story about Jason Todd, did I? Have you got something to tell the nice man, Jason?
My name is Jason Todd.
Who do you hate?
Batman.
Excellent. Of course you do. Did you get that, Bats? Kid's not yours anymore. He's mine. Mine, mine, mine. To do with as I wish. Hey, I never asked. What's the big secret? Who is the big bad bat? His name. Tell me.
Of course, sir. It's...
Never could stand a tattletale. That's why I like to work alone. No one to spoil the punchline. You should try it sometime. After all, you've seen what happens when you drag your friends into this crazy little game of ours.
You need to get in the cell. It's the only choice we have left. What the hell are you doing?
The right thing. Trust me.
I'm not crazy! Listen to me! We can help you! You don't need to do this! Alfred! Alfred! You son of a bitch! You cut my communications!
Batman then proceeds to get an upgrade for the Batmobile near the movie studios. He is then contacted by Alfred that Lucius hasn't been in contact for a while. More on that later. He also mentions to Batman that there is a bunch of scientific activity on Miagani Island, which after investigating, Batman finds out that it is a result of Poison Ivy destroying tanks, which Batman decides to take her back to GCPD for safety. But then...
Time for you to bear witness to Gotham's end.
You're not safe here. The Knight knows where you are. You're coming with me.
I won't leave them. They can't do it alone. They need me.
Sir, I think you may wish to take a look at Perdition Bridge.
The Batwing has located the cloudburst. Scans reveal it is manned and emitting a huge amount of energy.
The Arkham Knight.
Ivy, get down!
It's worse than I thought. My plants are dying.
The cloudburst is amplifying the effect of the toxin.
You need to destroy that device, or my plants won't be able to protect Gotham.
You'll die if you stay here.
We'll both die unless you stop him.
Sir, I've never seen a chemical agent dispersed so fast.
I know, Alfred. It's bad.
And, sir, the cloudburst's energy field burnt out the Batmobile's power core. What will you do?
I'm going after Stag. He created the cloudburst. He'll have the means to destroy it.
Very astute, Master Bruce. I only hope you can find him. But please, sir, be careful of the gas.
Well, we're doing great. It can't get any worse than this.
Batman then proceeds to go after Simon Stagg in the airships. After a few minutes of searching, he finds him hiding in a hole in the floor and interrogates him on how to stop the cloudburst, which Simon allows Batman to have a Nimbus cell, allowing him to use the Batmobile in the fear gas, which he jumps into the gas and puts it in just in time. After the Nimbus cell has been put into the Batmobile, Batman talks to Alfred and Ivy. Ivy tells Batman about a plant on Founders Island near the church, but the Batmobile's radar isn't strong enough, so Batman has to go down underground to find the plant's roots, which he then does, causing a big tank battle in the churchyard, and then...
Batman, just stop! Stop acting like a hero! Stop thinking you can save anything! Oh, you found another tree! Well, I've still got the cloudburst. You want to finish this? Come to Bleak Island. Then it'll be over.
Batman, I've cleared as much of the toxin as I can. You must find the cloudburst. It's killing my plants.
I'll destroy it. Just hang on. Alfred, raise the bridges. He's not getting off Bleak Island.
Are you sure, sir?
Get the Batwing to scan the cloudburst. Find a weakness. I'll take out the Cobra tanks on guard.
Sir, you're entrapping yourself with an enemy that has you severely outgunned.
No, I'm trapping him.
With Bleak Island's bridges now up, Batman then faces off with a bunch of Cobra tanks and the cloudburst tank by scanning for a weak spot, and then...
Sir, the Arkham Knight. Did you subdue him?
He's gone.
You, don't sound entirely sure, sir.
Ivy, I've destroyed the cloudburst. Purify the remaining toxin as fast as you can.
Ivy.
I fear you may be too late, sir. Scans reveal the toxin is overwhelming Ivy's plants.
I'm heading to her now.
Well, it just did, but now we have to deal with Ivy.
Ivy.
Nature always wins.
Sir, the gas cloud is dissipating. You did it. You and Poison Ivy, I mean. We underestimated the humanity that remains within her.
She's gone, Alfred. Clearing the toxin took everything she had.
Oh, I see. Her final act was a noble one.
I need to find Scarecrow before anyone else dies. Do you have any leads?
Nothing concrete, sir. But the GCPD comms room might. They're currently puzzled by an encrypted transmission sent on a SWAT channel from within the city. Most odd, given there are no SWAT officers currently in the field. Then, of course, there are the numerous unsolved cases that still require your attention. With the toxin clear, now would be the perfect time to reassert your control of the city.
Well, Ivy's dead now.
Batman then proceeds back to the GCPD to investigate an encrypted SWAT radio channel used by Gordon, which Batman tracks to an old mall on Founders Island, eventually running into the Arkham Knight in this big machine, which Batman has to outrun a few times, and then...
No way out? I did it! Cornered you! Done what no one else could! All these years, all your enemies. But none of them understands you like I do. You think Crane found Oracle on his own? I'm the one who told him about Barbara! Me! I told you I knew everything about you, didn't I? Don't worry, Bruce. I kept some secrets to myself.
Oh great, so the Arkham Knight knows his real name and destroyed the Batmobile. I wonder what's gonna happen next.
Turn around.
Who are you?
You really have no idea. Do you, Bruce?
Jason. But you're dead.
Let's not fall out here, Bats. I might have told you a teeny tiny little lie. But come on, look at the boy. You did good. We did good. You should be proud.
What's the matter? Lost for words? I expected more. I'm hurt.
Joker sent me the film. I saw him kill you.
Don't you dare lie to me! How long did you wait before replacing me, huh? A month? A week? I trusted you! And you just left me to die!
That's not what happened.
You always told me, Bruce. Focus on what I want to achieve, and it'll happen. You wanna know what I want now? Huh? I want you dead.
You can't hide from me! I will hunt you down!
Jason's taken a sniping position. I need to get close, take him by surprise.
Okay, so the Arkham Knight is Jason Todd. It's no surprise after all those flashbacks.
Batman then fights Jason Todd, or Red Hood if you want to call him that, by taking out the militia and other traps throughout the base, until...
You're Robin, Jason. You're not what he made you.
Stop! Stop talking to me! You did this to me.
I'm sorry.
You left me to rot in that abandoned wing of Arkham for over a year! With him.
It's not too late. We can fix this. Together. Alfred, I found Jason.
Excuse me, sir. I must have misheard you. For a moment, I thought you said that you'd found Master Todd.
You heard right.
My God, is he all right?
No. No, he's not.
So, guess that's the end of the Arkham Knight. He chose the name himself, you know. Bless him. Where better to drive a man crazy than in the madhouse? Oh, I miss that place, don't you? Who knows? Maybe we'll end up back there one day, eh?
I mean, spending any time in Arkham Asylum or around the Joker would make you quite insane.
Jim, I just want to say, working with Barbara, it was an honor.
Don't.
Even if you'd known what she was doing, you couldn't have stopped her.
Stubborn like her old man.
Brave.
You know, you see a lot in this job, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering. But I'll never forget taking a witness statement from an 8-year-old boy who'd just seen his parents gunned down.
You were kind, Jim.
I was thinking, I may never get a chance to tell you this, to say sorry.
You don't need to.
We're the same, Bruce. We'd do anything for our family. Come on.
On your knees, Crane. Now.
So you did it. I must admit I had my doubts that you could make this happen.
I'm not asking again.
And I'm not talking to you. It is time.
Time for what? Jim.
I'm sorry. It was the only way. Get me my daughter.
Dad!
Barbara. Are you all right?
Did he hurt you?
What are you doing?
Call in the transport. We're leaving.
Yes, sir.
It is time for the people of Gotham to see their savior for who he truly is. A man, just a man, devoid of hope, betrayed by his friends, crippled by fear.
Let her go.
You both still have a part to play.
We had a deal.
Once I understood your greatest fear, controlling you was simple. You blame yourself for her condition. You need to protect her, but buried deep down is the inevitability that you will one day fail. And that fear makes you mine. Think very carefully about your next move, Commissioner. Her life depends on it.
Dad! No!
Did you think I wanted him dead? Did you think that would save your daughter? Do you know what happens when a man refuses to be controlled by his fears? He must face them.
No! Take me! Please, it's not her you want! Take me!
You don't scare me.
Shh. It's okay to be afraid.
Are you hurt?
I thought Dad killed you.
He knew what he was doing.
Where? Where are they taking you?
After Batman rescues Barbara Gordon, he summons a new and improved version of the Batmobile to take out a decently sized amount of tanks, which afterwards takes Barbara back to GCPD and informs Batman that the clock tower's computers are being attacked by the militia, which Batman then goes to stop and returns back to the GCPD again.
Great, you're here. Scarecrow's chopper flew out towards the bay before heading north. I tried narrowing it down further, but the data's corrupted. They did more damage than I thought. What the hell was that?
Trouble.
Gallant police force of Gotham, I have a message for you. You are not safe. You are not protected. Batman will not save you. This is the beginning of the end for you, Dark Knight.
Like hell it is. The Batcomputer's back online, Batman. I'll do what I can.
Batman then stops the militia from getting into the GCPD by taking out a small squad, eventually making his way outside in the Batmobile to take out around 50 tanks and a large amount of troops on the roof. Oracle then talks to him about the movie studios being unlocked. Upon arrival, however, Batman sees that Robin's staff has been broken and gets a message from Scarecrow about going to a place so Batman can unmask himself to save the lives of his allies, which he agrees to do.
Well, I guess it ends now. Let's finish this.
Your fears got the better of you, I see. How fitting that I will win, and Batman's life will be over. Not because of what I have done to your precious city, but because you are scared of what I will do to your friends, your family. They are your weakness, hiding just below the surface. I'm sure that you're scared of what will happen when I tear that mask from your face. What will we find? Your true identity? Or proof that without your mask, you are nothing? Impotent, powerless, afraid? Leave your equipment on that table, and we can find out.
He's not powerless, he's Batman. So, we just had a truck crash in Crime Alley? Totally not a coincidence, I think.
Such a happy couple. Shame about the kid, though. Poor little Brucey never quite got over it now, did he? Well, there's no point crying over spilled blood. It's time to move on, kiddo. Let go. Take a load off. Join your parents. Uncle Jay will take it from here.
Batman then fights several Jokers until he literally snaps his neck, and then...
Batman, is that you?
I'm sorry, Robin. Are you ready? This isn't going to end how you think, Crane. Enough bravado. It's too late for that. I don't care who you are, but they will. I'm going to rob them of hope. As they stare into your eyes, they will blame you. Failure will have a face and a name. It's time. Mr. Gordon, I would like you to do the honors.
Never. I'm done taking orders from you. You bastard!
Take off that mask, or my next shot will kill him.
It's okay. It's not okay. You know what this means.
It's the end.
When they find out who you are, there'll be no hiding.
You need to trust me, Jim.
Now.
Wayne. Bruce Wayne. Now the world can see you for what you truly are. A legend laid bare. Powerless. Human. Afraid.
It then shows Batman around a bunch of supervillains, but actually shows the Joker instead and summons a Joker-fied version of the Batmobile to unleash the Killing Joke, as the game changes to a third-person shooter, where the player plays as Joker, killing some of Batman's rogues, which Alfred contacts Joker and refers to him as Master Bruce. After that happens, we see the Joker in front of Scarecrow, which goes to gas Joker, but has no effect, which moments later switches back to the Joker's point of view, where it goes all black around him. However, it then changes to a first-person shooter, where we play as Joker in the dark, looking at his grave, and Harley as he gets more mad, eventually leading him to a bunch of Batman statues to appear, which Batman bursts out of the statues, and then...
Oh, you know, you almost had me scared back there. Me? What have I got to be afraid of?
You're afraid of being ashes. You're afraid of being forgotten. And you will be forgotten, Joker. Because of me. I am vengeance. I am the Knight. I am Batman.
Max, wait! No, please! No!
Goodbye, Joker.
No! Bruce! Don't leave me! Please! I need you.
Do you understand, Gotham? You have no savior. No more hope. No more Batman. I've won.
I'm not afraid, Crane.
Impossible. Without fear, life is meaningless. No.
What's wrong? Scared?
No.
He's strong. He's going to be okay.
Look after him, Jim. Look after them all. You've been a good friend. The best I could ask for. You were there at the beginning. And now, you get to see how it ends.
Best gift you've brought us all night.
I can't believe he showed up.
So Bruce Wayne, huh? If it's all the same to you, I'll stick to Batman.
No, no.
You sound scared, Crane. Get used to it.
It's over. The whole world knows. What now?
Gotham still needs Batman. For one last night.
And then?
Prepare the Nightfall Protocol.
Are you sure?
There's no other way, Alfred.
It needs voice confirmation.
Martha.
Very good, Master Bruce. You can be sure your instructions will be followed.
Well, that's Arkham Knight's main story. We're nowhere near done yet, so let's now start the side missions.
Now Arkham Knight has about 15 side missions and 4 expansion missions, which all vary in length. I'm going to be talking about them from right to left, but do keep in mind that not all of these were recorded in that order, so if some of them say completed before the actual segment, that's why. But let's finally talk about the side missions, aka Gotham's Most Wanted. The first mission, called Lamb to the Slaughter, has Batman go to the Lady of Gotham, the state reporter Jack Ryder, from a religious cult leader called Deacon Blackfire before he kills him instead. The mission is just a simple combat encounter with a time limit, but Batman is able to rescue Ryder in time and locks up Blackfire in the GCPD. The next mission, called Gotham on Fire, has Batman go to 3 different fire stations on each island to put out a blaze with the Batmobile's power winch, but moments later, Firefly from Arkham Origins returns and is basically a simple Batmobile chase where Batman dodges fire on the road as Firefly's health bar goes down the closer he gets to him and smacks the crap out of him, eventually taking him back to GCPD. The next mission is Gunrunner, which deals with the Penguin's weapon caches, which is exactly like that one point in the story. It has Batman follow trucks using the Disruptor to lead him back to the weapons caches as he works with Nightwing. There are 5 of them, but Nightwing gets caught and doesn't show up to the 4th one, causing Batman to go to Founders Island and save him. It also explodes the caches using explosive gel and closing the safe, but Nightwing is held at gunpoint, but Batman takes the Penguin down, and then...
You know, I was just going to suggest you do that. So, here's the part where you tell me off.
I'm proud of you, Dick.
Are you feeling okay?
This is the end. This is the last time we meet.
Don't talk like that. Alright, this won't stop you. Nothing stops you.
Keep Bloodhaven safe. Promise me.
It's okay, Bruce. I get it. You just don't want me hanging around, stealing the limelight.
Dick.
I won't let you down.
I know.
Now I'm leaving Riddler for last, but Occupy Gotham, Campaign for Disarmament, and Own the Roads are all linked to each other, as Batman goes around the 3 islands, taking down militia checkpoints, disabling watchtowers, and disarming bombs, to eventually fight Deathstroke from Arkham Origins again, which has taken command of the militia after the Arkham Knight has disappeared. But instead of an awesome fight like in Origins, it's basically the Cloudburst fight all over again. You need to complete all 3 missions in order to fight him and lock him up in GCPD. Next up is The Perfect Crime. This has Batman going around the map, finding opera music to 6 bodies hung on buildings throughout Gotham by scanning through 3 layers of the body to find distinguishing features. All of the victims were from outside the Gotham area and linked back to a beauty parlor on Founders Island to a guy named Laszlo Valentine, aka Pig, which Batman then goes to investigate.
You're done here, Valentine. Let them go.
Oh, no. Pig not ready yet. She's all unique and wrong. All messed up, inside out. Pig, make her better. Pig make all of us better.
It's over.
But Pig can fix you too. Make you perfect, like the others.
You're insane.
And what are you?
I'm here to stop you.
Bad. Pig is like clay. Pig is like God. Pig is here to fix us all.
Show him how perfect you are.
Batman then takes down Pig's Dollatrons with heavy attacks because they're immune to pain, but Batman is successfully able to take all of them out and freeing the other hostages and taking Pig back to GCPD. Next up is a friend in need. Earlier on in the story, Alfred says to Batman that Lucius Fox has not been in contact for a while, which Batman later investigates by going to Wayne Tower. We, however, then get to play as Bruce Wayne as he logs into his computer unsuccessfully, causing him to use Lucius and fires off a gun and holds him at gunpoint. Batman and the player then realize that it is Hush, aka Thomas Elliot from Arkham City, coming back for revenge. And then...
Let him go. We're just negotiating, aren't we, Mr. Fox? I have a job for you, Batman. Bring me Bruce Wayne, or I bring down this tower. Why Wayne? The two of you were friends. That brat's family destroyed me. And now, I will destroy him. The Wayne stood by you. Ah, yes, the great Surgeon Thomas Wayne. To think he was once my idol. Until he ruined everything. He did all he could to save your parents after the crash. I'm sorry you lost your father, but he saved your mother's life. He denied me what was rightfully mine. The car crash wasn't an accident. It was you. You wanted to kill them. I only want what I deserve. Bruce Wayne had his riches handed to him on a plate. He never had to fight for anything in his life. Now bring me Wayne, or I'll destroy this tower and everything he stands for. Take your best shot, Tommy. Bruce? That's impossible.
Batman then disarms the gun from Hush, knocking him out, and tells Lucius to put him in the vault at Wayne Tower. Next up is Heir to the Cowl. This has Batman investigating burning bat symbols around Gotham, eventually running into Azrael, the Watcher from Arkham City. He asks Batman to be his successor, which the mission consists of taking on 5 different combat challenges, but you must complete it without getting hit. After Azrael completes the final challenge, he begs Batman that he is ready to take over his role, but Batman says no, then leading him back to the clock tower where he finds out more about his past by looking for a chip in his head containing memories. Batman learns that his name was Michael Lane, a former GCPD officer that was then picked up by the Order of St. Dumas. Moments later, however, Azrael comes up from behind Batman and the player is given the choice to either give in to the Order and kill him or leave the Order behind, but I chose kill because it's the only way to get 100% lockup capacity at GCPD. Next up is Armored and Dangerous, which basically has Batman going around the map hunting down militia APC commanders in the Batmobile, with the number of reinforcement vehicles vary by each squad. It is required for 100% completion, but adds nothing to the story. Next up is the Line of Duty. This has Batman going around the map to search for firefighters from the Station 17 fire crew, which have all been kidnapped by rioters. Along the way, however, Batman learns about how fires have dramatically increased in the weeks before the events of the game, which Batman later links them to the work of Firefly as he eventually finds the fire chief and locks him away because he assisted Firefly. Next up is Creature of the Night. After getting a really bad jump scare early on in the story, Batman investigates a lab on Bleak Island where he learns of an experiment that went wrong when Dr. Kirk Langstrom decided that it was a good idea to combine his human DNA with the DNA of a vampire bat, which ended up having his lab get destroyed and his wife Francine get killed. Batman, however, is able to make a cure and hunts him down 2 more times, and then...
Just when I think I've seen it all, he's gonna be okay.
Physically, yes.
Where's Francine? Where is she?
She's dead, Kirk.
No. She can't be. I didn't. What have I done?
The serum, it changed you. You lost control.
What have I done? What have I done? What have I done?
Also, if you change your system clock to 10:31 or play the game on Halloween, the cell will be destroyed and you could possibly get scared by him again.
And last but not least, the Riddler's Revenge. This, like any other Arkham game, has Batman solving puzzles by collecting Riddler trophies and solving riddles around the map. But in this game, he disarms rioters with bombs and destroys objects, and also does gliding challenges. But this time, the incentive is to rescue Catwoman, which has a bomb around her neck, preventing her from leaving the Pygmy Orphanage, which is Riddler's hideout in this game. In order to save her, however, Batman must complete all Riddler trials, such as races with the Batmobile and other puzzles where Batman and Catwoman work together. If Batman is alone, the player switches to Catwoman and has to guess where the right key is based on what Batman can see. If she picks the wrong one, however, she can be killed, but if she picks the right one, she is one step closer to freedom. But if the two are together, Batman can destroy the glass containing the key for Catwoman. After going through the 9 main trials, the player is able to fight the Riddler in his big mech suit with a bunch of robots. More on that later, but it only goes up to a certain point because you have to solve all 243 riddles in order to finish the fight. But if you did solve all the riddles, Batman and Catwoman are able to take down the Riddler, and then...
Thanks, Selina, for the daring last-minute rescue. It was very heroic.
It was under control.
Sure it was. Now be a good damsel and bestow a kiss on your gallant hero.
Play nice.
You're not playing at all.
No, I'm not. Not anymore.
And what's that supposed to mean?
It means this is the end, Selina. It means we can't. I can't.
I will see you again, right?
No one will. Gotham needs something more, something worse to defend her. She needs a new myth. A legend more powerful than I can be right now. A legend that can only rise from the ashes of the Batman.
Some things you can't do alone, Bruce.
And some things you have to.
Call if you need me.
I won't.
I know. I just wanted to say it.
And that is all of Arkham Knight's side missions. But in December 2015, Rocksteady released the Season of Infamy expansion pack containing 4 new missions, so let's quickly talk about that.
The first expansion mission is Wonderland. This has Batman first interrogate the Mad Hatter, which reveals to Batman that there are 3 hostages around the map inside of police cars with bombs, which Batman is able to disarm and rescue the cops. The third one, however, doesn't contain an officer, but contains a book instead, which Batman then goes back to GCPD as the Mad Hatter tells him to turn the page, as Batman is thrown into this book-like world, where he fights enemies from Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Night, as the Mad Hatter watches him and rescues a cop, but Batman is able to lock the Mad Hatter away. Next up is Beneath the Surface. This has Batman and Nightwing investigate an airship that crashed out of the sky named Iron Heights Penitentiary, a prison in the DC Comics universe. Upon entry, Batman learns that Killer Croc has escaped, as Croc then shows himself being heavily mutated. Once Nightwing arrives, Batman then learns that he needs 2 keycards to unlock the door, which he then goes to collect. Upon return, Batman and Nightwing learn that Croc was being experimented and tortured by the prison's warden. Moments later, they encounter Croc and then take him down, as Batman says,
"There's only one monster here,"
as he takes out the warden and takes him back to GCPD. Next up is Shadow War. This has Batman investigate 2 murders of members of the League of Assassins, which Batman finds out that there was a third person that left the blood trail and traces it back to the basement of Elliott Memorial Hospital. When Batman unlocks the secret door, he discovers Ra's al Ghul, which is on life support, as he begs Batman to help him find more Lazarus. Upon arrival to the location of the Lazarus Pit, Batman encounters Nyssa, the second daughter of Ra's and the sister of Talia, and tells Batman to go race for her. When Batman gets back to the hospital, he talks to Alfred about whether Batman should have Ra's live or die. The player is then given the option to do either of those things. I decided to kill Ra's because it is the only way to get all the cells full in GCPD. The last expansion mission is In From the Cold. This has Batman investigate a ship off the coast near the orphanage. Upon arrival, however, Batman encounters militia and soldiers covered in ice as he discovers Mr. Freeze. At first, Freeze wants to kill him because they took his wife Nora away from him. Batman then decides to help by tracking down a signal on Bleak Island, but discovers that she has been moved to another building on Founders Island instead. Batman is then able to take out the militia and rescue Nora by freeing her from her cryo chamber, but Freeze is mad about this as moments later a big explosion goes off, causing Batman and Nora to find Freeze as fast as possible. When they arrive, Batman encounters a ton of tanks and begs Freeze to destroy his machine to take out all the militia. After that, however, Batman reunites Nora with Freeze as the two decide what to do with the rest of their life together.
Now if you completed that mission after all the other missions, it would snow instead of rain, but I don't have any footage of that. But we've now reached the Nightfall Protocol after completing all the other side missions. I'm just gonna let it play out, so here we go.
It's done. Gotham is safe.
Thank you, Bruce. For everything.
Goodbye, Jim.
Be advised, the major threats have been eliminated. It's time to roll out and take our city back.
This is Vicky Vale for GCN reporting live outside Wayne Manor, following the dramatic unmasking of billionaire playboy Bruce Wayne. That's him! Are you still rolling?
Are you sure you want to do this, Master Bruce? I've got to. It's the only way to protect them.
Very well.
We just saw Bruce Wayne, now known to be the masked vigilante Batman, enter his home, refusing to come.
This is how it happened. This is how the Batman died. A friend once told me that criminals are a cowardly and superstitious lot. That the only way to beat them was to give them something to be scared of. I understand now. As his world grew darker, so did ours. When his war ended, our lives could begin again. He set us free. To live. To love. There was an inquest, of course. Hundreds of suspects. Who killed Bruce Wayne? I guess we'll never know for sure. So what's next? Criminals are a cowardly and superstitious lot. What happens when they have nothing to be scared of? Who will protect Gotham now that the Batman is dead?
Hey. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Help me!
No one's coming, lady. Take his wallet.
Hey, freak! Maybe you missed the news! Batman's dead!
That look don't scare us no more!
What the hell?
So he's dead and started using fear gas on the criminals? Well, I know that's not true because he's going to be in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League next year as of the airing of this episode. But let's now talk about the Arkham episodes.
Now, the Arkham episodes are separate DLC stories, usually revolving around a certain character in the Bat family. The first one is the Harley Quinn story pack, but I have already talked about that, so let's talk about Red Hood. After the events of Arkham Knight, Jason Todd has taken up the alias of Red Hood, a ruthless vigilante which is able to use guns and other lethal weapons as he hunts down crime lord Black Mask. It contains 2 combat and 1 predator section as Red Hood fights his way through, killing anyone after they have given him information, eventually leading him to Black Mask himself, where this happens.
Psionicist, you should have left when you had a chance.
You don't need to do this. You get your money. Drugs, your guns, weapons, whatever you want. Please, I'll take a plane, leave Gotham, never show my face again. Anywhere you want, I'll go anywhere.
How about you go to hell? Say hi to Joker for me.
Next up is A Matter of Family. This is the longest one, clocking in around 45 minutes to an hour to complete, and was developed by WB Games Montreal. It revolves around Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, years before the events of Arkham Asylum and before the Joker made her paralyzed. The goal is to rescue her father, Commissioner Gordon, from the Joker at the Seagate Amusement Park, an abandoned amusement park that was never opened, and with the aid of Tim Drake Robin, which just seems really off during this point in the continuity. However, Batgirl and Robin are able to rescue police officers and disarm bombs, eventually leading them to finally taking on both Joker and Harley Quinn. And then...
Back off! Or the sidekick gets it. What would Batman do? It's been a blast. The next one's for you, kiddo. Toodaloo!
Run, Mr. J! Run!
Thought you said Robins were good luck.
He missed, didn't he?
That girl! We'll scoop him out later.
He hurt my dad, Tim.
Call in air support in the Coast Guard. Put out an APB on Joker.
Your dad's safe now. That's all that matters.
You two okay?
We're good, Commissioner.
You saved many lives tonight, including my own. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You sure you're okay, Batgirl?
This isn't over! We'll get you!
Get her out of here!
I guess some things run in the family.
The next one up is Catwoman's Revenge, the worst one out of all of them. It takes place 24 hours after the events of the main game on November 1st, as Catwoman goes to extract revenge on Riddler for what he did to her the night prior. It has her infiltrate the Winslow's toy shop, and is tasked at first to grab 3 keycards somewhere towards the end of her campaign in Arkham City. After doing that, however, she alerts the remaining guards, causing them to go after her. Once that is done though, she solves a puzzle and discovers his secret base where all of his robots are being manufactured. Riddler is then soon alerted of her presence, even though he is locked up at GCPD, which causes his Riddler bots to go after her and other death traps. Soon after, the Riddler accidentally triggers the lock to his computer, containing $2.73 million, which Catwoman takes for herself and blows up the factory as Riddler gets tased by Aaron Cash over the phone. The next one up is GCPD Lockdown. This takes place sometime after the events of the main game. It has Nightwing infiltrate a weapons cache owned by the Penguin in Bloodhaven. After taking out his thugs, you can see Penguin's shark Tiny from Arkham City. Nightwing then interrogates a thug for information about Gotham. Moments later, we are then taken to Gotham outside of the GCPD, as Nightwing proceeds to take out thugs and hack into the electrical system while talking to Lucius Fox. After a large predator encounter, Nightwing then reroutes power and takes out thugs on the roof. And then...
Area secured, Lucius. Reconnect power to the elevator. Hey, boss! We're getting you out!
You are? Where's Nightwing?
Oh, he's right here. We thought you'd want to say hello.
Oh, I do. Sort of.
Much obliged. Maybe we should get that light on the roof fixed. Change the symbol. What do you say?
Thanks for the offer. But this isn't permanent.
Hey, little man. Place hasn't been the same without you.
Get stuffed.
The last one is a flip of a coin. This centers around Robin as he is pulled from his honeymoon with Barbara to go back to Gotham to take out Two-Face, which has been using a wasteful service called Hell's Gate to launder money. After taking out the huge swarm of enemies and interrogating a thug about Two-Face's location, Robin is then able to proceed through the rest of the facility and take Two-Face down.
And that is all Batman Arkham Knight's story content. We're still nowhere near done yet, so let's now talk about the gameplay changes and new additions.
The gameplay of Arkham Knight just feels like the other games in this series, with the free flow combat system being the best that it has ever felt, with attacks connecting better than they had before. Arkham Knight, however, introduces a few brand new gameplay mechanics, such as environmental takedowns, which allows the player to pick up various weapons such as baseball bats or other throwable weapons on the ground, or smash enemies into other objects such as electrical boxes, lights, or rip fans off the walls for an instant knockout. Also in combat, there is a new dual takedown system at certain points of the game where there is another ally character on screen. The player can build a meter after a certain amount of hits for an instant takedown with the help of another character, as it then switches to the other character after the takedown. Also, if there is an enemy knocked to the ground, the player can pick up the enemy into a beatdown. Predator, however, for the most part feels the same, but allows for more versatility for getting silent takedowns, allowing the player to jump off a ledge or roof into a silent takedown. The new addition, however, is the introduction of the fear takedowns, which allows Batman to sneak up on 3 or up to 5 enemies and take them down in quick succession. Batman can use gadgets while gliding onto incoming enemies, but I really never did that. Wayne Tech upgrades also returns and functions the same, but with a new design. Now, in terms of enemy types, we have the standard riders, a penguin, and Two-Faces gang, which can either charge at Batman or grab him from behind. The newest ones, however, are the Arkham Knight's militia. We have standard types that can either pick up guns or other weapons, but Arkham Knight brings back the ninjas from Arkham City and Origins, and also a new version of the brutes, which either have shields, shot gloves, or long blades, or standard fists. But Arkham Knight also introduced these really annoying medics, which can revive taking out enemies within a few seconds. In Predator though, we have these ones that can control drones, also ones that can detect our location while using detective mode, or militia members that cannot be seen in detective mode. The Riddler though has this new Riddler bots, which there are green ones that can be hit by anyone, blue ones which can only be hit by Batman, and red ones which can only be hit by Catwoman. Most of the gadgets that Batman can use return from Arkham City and function the same. The Disruptor gets a new design that kind of looks like a gun, and the cryptographic sequencer has been renamed to the remote hacking device and a new design and can do newer things depending on where you're at in the game. The newest one though is the voice sequencer, allowing Batman to mimic the voice of an enemy leader depending on the situation, but it's only used a few times throughout the main story. Batman can also remotely control the Batmobile. There is also a photo mode that was added later in an update if you're into that sort of thing. The map of Arkham Knight is quite big, consisting of 3 main islands, being Bleak, Miagani, and Founders Island. Bleak Island contains Chinatown, Miagani has really tall buildings, and Grand Avenue. Founders Island has an underground portion called Drescher, and overall, I like all the islands. While going around Gotham, Batman can stop large riots in the streets or get into smaller fights, which enemy cars can stop the fight or hit you dead on. If Batman is in the sky though, he can stop a moving car by throwing the driver out of the vehicle, causing it to crash. Also during the main story, Batman can briefly see the Joker's face on certain buildings, but if he looks at it again, it looks normal.
Now, we can't talk about Arkham Knight without mentioning the big elephant in the room, or tank in this case. So let's now talk about the Batmobile.
Arkham Knight allows the player to drive the Batmobile for the first time in the Arkham series. It has 2 modes, being race and battle mode. While in race mode, the Batmobile can disable enemy cars by firing missiles at them. Batman can also launch really high into the sky from the Batmobile. In battle mode, however, the Batmobile has 2 different weapons, one that's more like a standard cannon, and a Gatling gun type which can knock out enemies. You can also trigger an EMP blast and a CPU virus on tanks. You can also use a winch to supply power and pull things down with the Batmobile. The types of tanks or unmanned drones are all named after snakes, being Rattler, Twin Rattler, Diamondback, Mamba, Serpent, and large Cobra drones. There is also this missile launcher as well, and they all provide a decent challenge depending on which ones are currently after you. In the main menu of Batman Arkham Knight, we have New Game Plus, which is unlocked after completing the main story for the first time. It gives the player all gadgets from the start, and all Riddler trophy progress carries over. After beating all side missions and expansion missions on both main story and New Game Plus, the player is rewarded with the Golden Batsuit, which is basically the same armored suit just with a golden bat symbol, which is unlocked after achieving 240% completion. Next up are the AR challenges, which are basically the challenge maps from the previous 3 games. There are 7 different categories, being tutorial, combat, Predator, Batmobile Race, Batmobile Combat, and Batmobile Hybrid. The combat ones are basically just areas from the story, but some of them are from previous games, like the Iceberg Lounge, Crime Alley, and Monarch Theater from Arkham City. Iceberg Lounge allows you to fight Killer Croc after 1 million points, but I think I've only done that once. It's like that in Predator as well. Notable DLC maps like the Wayne Manor and the Batcave return from Arkham City. If you play as Batman on the Wayne Manor map, you can go to this piano and unlock a secret that says 425 on top of a prison cell door. This is a reference to the Joker's first appearance on April 25th, 1940, and also this one map from Arkham Asylum's medical facility. You can also play as all the other playable characters in the game, which was not an option at launch. The Batmobile races are okay, but the cool ones are the 1960s, based on the 1966 Adam West Batman show, the Dark Knight Trilogy, and Batman 1989 and Batman Returns. You can also drive other different Batmobiles. Everything else is just okay. There's Batmobile Combat and Batmobile Hybrid, but I don't really care about those. The last one, however, is the PS4 exclusive Scarecrow Nightmare missions. Basically 3 levels of a half race / half tank battle with a boss fight. It's kinda cool, but not really that exciting. Next is where you get to select the Arkham episode DLC story. Downloadable content is basically a link to the storefront to purchase DLC on whatever platform you're on. Showcase is where you get to select Batmobile skins, which can be used after beating the main story once. There's also skins for playable characters, which there are so many for Batman that I don't want to say all of them. You can also view models of other characters and vehicles. Extras contain story synopsis and concept art, just like the other games in the series. Batman Arkham Knight's graphics still look really good to this day, even beating out new games on the next-gen consoles. It uses a heavily modified version of Unreal Engine 3, the same engine used in the 3 previous games, which is really impressive because most games around this time were starting to use Unreal Engine 4. On consoles, it targets 30 FPS on both the PS4 and Xbox One. The big difference though is that the Xbox One runs the game at 900p instead of 1080p that the PS4 is able to run the game at. Now for the Nintendo Switch version, that is not currently out as of the time of this recording, but should be out by the time you're watching this. The PC version, however, is the worst one. It has since been fixed and is really good now, but at launch there was no other graphics options, the max frame rate was 30 FPS, and the game was very buggy and prone to crashing constantly. It also had a lot of trouble loading in textures and other geometry. It does, however, support NVIDIA PhysX and NVIDIA GameWorks enhancements. It was so bad at launch that, like I said earlier, it was taken down from Steam just 24 hours after launch and was not put back up for several months. Progressive gaming magazines and websites were calling it the worst PC port ever made. It was going to come natively to Mac, but was cancelled.
And that is Batman Arkham Knight, the finale to the Arkham Trilogy by Rocksteady Studios. Now, as a person who's been playing this game since launch day, I still think that Batman Arkham City is the better game. But now that 50 episodes have been completed, I want to thank you all for making this a reality for me. And remember, be the Batman. Wow, I can't believe I completed Batman Arkham Knight and 50 episodes. So here's to the next 50 episodes, to episode 100. Now the next game that I pick up will be the topic of episode 100. Oh no!